Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So, May 22nd here is an incredible day for Virgos, and when I was doing the weekly read, I really wanted to dive into this day. When I did with doing the astrology and the meditation, this is the day where Virgos get to seize the day. This is about honoring the journey. Expect light bulb moments here. It's full of them, and this is the day to tap in. Now, before we get started, I just want to say thank you guys to each and every one of you for all the ways that you love and lift this channel up and all the ways that you support it. Truly, I feel so blessed to have each and every one of you here. Each and every one of you make the difference, and I love you back. So, to get us started here, like I was saying, there's a lot going on astrologically on May 22nd. So to get us started, the moon is in Aries. It's sextile with the sun, which is currently in Gemini. Welcome to Gemini season. We also have it sextile with Pluto in Aquarius. Uranus in Taurus. It's also conjunct with Saturn, which is in Pisces, and Neptune, which is in Aries. It's a huge day of challenge. It's a huge day of opportunity, more importantly, but it affects our career, our relationships, and our personal growths. It's about finding that deeper meaning and purpose in life, and it is the day, like I say, where Virgos are seizing it. So, let's get started. So to kind of dive in right away, the sextile between the moon and the sun, let's start there. So this is a day where we will see an increase in our boldness, our independence, and it signifies a time of increased communication and adaptability. It also inspires us Virgos to be more outgoing, to embrace our new experiences, and to express ourselves more freely with a mental agility that is uncanny. So don't be surprised. This is the day where you will have no trouble tapping in. The veil is thin, but you're focused cognitively and consciously, are truly in line with the divine. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below and get ready, because right away what we're seeing here with the tarot is that there could be an emperor that's really coming into play, a hidden shadow that basically was due to, was misusing power, I guess, in a lot of ways. There's chaos, controlling aspects of poor leadership that have been surrounding you or that have been deceiving you behind closed doors. This is the day where things come to light. This is also the day where you take your control back. Like I say, it affects career, it affects relationships, and more importantly, it's about finding the deeper meaning, the purpose in life, and it gives you back the reins so that you can tap in, see the light bulbs, honor the journey, but most importantly, seize back the day, seize back your energy. Now, with the moon being conjunct with Saturn and Neptune, this highlights our areas where Virgos may need to be more discerning in our relationships. Like I say, misuse of power, those around you that are basically weak links, I guess, in your partnerships. This is where the conjunctions between Neptune and Saturn will highlight those areas and encourage us, help us with being more discerning in our relationships, how we work with others, as well as reveal those weak links in partnerships that require deeper focus on boundaries, on expectations, and then also bring up feelings of uncertainty in those ideas, in those areas that are hidden, and encourage us to reevaluate our identity and our connection to our purpose. Again, this is where it's like if you were feeling stressed, overburdened, overwhelmed, don't be surprised that this kind of uncovers that some of those aspects, some of those challenges, those weak links were put upon you as opposed to actually being yours and meant to have you carry them. And so this is where light is being shown. You're looking at the connection of your purpose and your identity, and where maybe what I'm getting most is you were a bright light ever since your childhood. And instead of encouraging that or having people support you in that, what I get most is that through the chaos, through the misuse of power, poor leadership, control, you were instead encouraged to dim that light, to not share your true identity in a lot of ways for how you're connected to the divine, how you're connected to your purpose. And this is where, like I say, you're uncovering that, you're reevaluating your connection to the divine and to your identity, who you are, and why you've been afraid to shine that light, why you've been conditioned in a lot of ways to dim that light, and instead you're leaving that all behind. This is where you're moving, you're traveling, but it's going towards strength. It's heading towards strength, and it's escaping any type of abandonment issues, any type of aspects that basically have been overpowering your discernment, especially your choices in your relationships, especially where it comes to looking past the red flags or ignoring your intuition when it comes to red flags. And instead, you're standing in exactly the power and in exactly the place where you're meant to be. Because this is a day of huge challenges as well as opportunities. But it's a day to not only honor the journey, but see those light bulb moments. Tap in and seize the day. I'm just saying. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, put a heart, share your thoughts in the comments below. Because during this time with the moon conjunct with Neptune, like I say, both of them are in Aries. There's a lot of fire. And so it heightens our ability and our intuition and emotional sensitivity to see those red flags, to see past the deceptions. And more importantly, it encourages Virgos to be more creative and more spirited, to embrace our authenticity, especially in avenues of work and in our daily lives. But it's important also, too, where it uncovers the mindfulness of overthinking, the unrealistic expectations, and stresses the need for boundaries in our relationships, particularly when it comes to financial matters. So what I'm getting most in that is that there may have been aspects where people have manipulated you, especially when it comes to finances, and putting their needs before yours, sacrificing your needs, really trespassing your boundaries in a lot of ways, taking what was meant to be yours unrightfully so. This is instead a time with this aspect between the moon and also Neptune. Sorry, don't know why I had a space moment there, where you're calling judgment, but the truth, more importantly, is coming forward. Karma is in your favor. And honesty is coming forward in this too. So you may also see someone come forward, particularly who had abused power in the past, taken from you what was rightfully yours. And they may be looking for forgiveness during this time. They may be coming forward with the truth. But either way, this is where it opens up a new beginning for you. There's an innocence and an adventure about you right now, but this is where instead you're embracing that optimism that encourages you to really pursue your creativities. Connect with spirit, especially when it comes to pursuing what you're meant to do in this world. Now, with the sun being sextile with Neptune as well, Sun's in Gemini, Neptune's in Aries, so we've got a lot of air and fire, and what fuels fire better, right? This is where it heightens our creativity and intuition as well, but it also connects us to the divine. It connects us to the fool's journey once again, and it also looks and helps us look at, rather, a focus in our shared resources, in our intimacies, in our relationships, and a desire. It encourages and ignites that fire to live our lives more authentically. And like I say, this is the beginning of your prosperity. There is something that you do that's connected to your creativity that leads to financial success. But this is also about reaching towards those goals that lead towards a period and opens a door towards a period of prosperity, and most importantly, leads towards your freedom. I'm just saying, it's beautiful. And if that resonates, by all means, like I say, like, share, subscribe, because this is the day to seize the day. This is the day where light bulbs, epiphanies, enlightenments will be basically flying at you in unprecedented levels. And with Pluto and Uranus also here, they are here in our professional sphere. So this brings out significant changes in opportunity for power and for fame. This is where, like I say, Virgos are stepping not only into a place of prosperity, but stepping into center stage. Now, fame could be in the way of truly fame and fortune, right? Excuse me. But this also is where it's more, what it more signifies is that you're getting recognition. You're being seen for the meaningful work that you do, the meaningful contributions that you make and are meant to make in your purpose and in this life. But it really encourages a day, a time between Pluto and Uranus, where we're encouraged to adapt, to change our daily habits and our routines. And with Uranus, it helps us with making those needed changes. So you could also be releasing things that were basically prohibiting you from calling judgment, prohibiting you from seeing that truth. And instead, this is where it lifts the veil so that you can look towards those new opportunities. And again, we've got confirmation on freedom. You are breaking free from whatever had held you back, and it leads to good outcomes. It leads to success. You're claiming the success, could also be traveling as well, but it leads to prosperity. This is also where Spirit is forewarning you that it's going to require perseverance. The battle is only half over. The veil is lifted, but it's going to require your grit, your willpower, and your tenacity to keep moving forward on that fool's journey and embracing the wisdom that you carry, that you were born with, the experiences that taught you, the illumination that's shedding that veil, and more importantly, encouraging you, giving you that strength to stand firmly in your rightful place as the star. This is about being a positive outlook, having a positive outlook for not only hope for the future, but being hope for others in their futures, being the inspiration and renewing that strength within you that you truly were gifted with and were born with since you were a child. Again, like I say, you were meant to do something. And from very early on, it was seen by others, even before you were aware. Somehow, somewhere along the lines, you were instead conditioned and encouraged to dim that light, to hide that gift that you have, that uniqueness that you have. And with Uranus here, this is where it's helping you, giving you the opportunity, opening that door to not only look at how you're managing resources and your personal space, make the needed changes to open that door, and most importantly, to walk wholeheartedly, open-heartedly towards those new possibilities and embrace your emotional needs and instead lift them up, because they are what enable you to take that proactive choice, that proactive approach to navigating challenges and opportunities as they arise, and more importantly, to walk towards your Ten of Cups. Now, with the moon being sextile with Pluto as well during this time, this is all about being the bringer of change, I guess is how I would put it. Your practicalities, just to forewarn you, as well as your need or desire for order may be challenged with this. It'll be a bit chaotic or feel that way. And main thing though is to remember change is never comfortable, right? But out of all things in this life, the one thing that we can count on is change. Change is inevitable, and this brings positive change. It leads to deep changes within our partnerships, our work ethic, our work, possibly even career path, and also health. But again, it leads towards that Ten of Cups. This is a transition. It comes to a beginning, and it leads to that growth, not only in career, in your relationships, but also in your connection to your purpose in life, to the gifts that you hold, and the journey that you're meant to go on. This is beautiful, and it's got a lot of Piscean energy. So this is something where it's like you've been called to, that's rooted you in your path of your choices, through your discernments through life that you haven't necessarily connected at this time. With this aspect between the moon and Pluto, it'll shed that light bulb on the 22nd here to really connect those dots of like, oh wow, that's why I was always called to, you know, I'm just using an example from my own life story. That's why I was called to art. That's why I was called to, more importantly, looking at the hidden meanings behind the art, the messages behind the art. How am I, how I never honestly dreamed that I would ever be somebody that was a content creator, to be honest. I'm more of a Renaissance artist. I love working with my hands. I had no idea that I would essentially be a hand model on YouTube, but more importantly, I had no idea that I was able to use my hands to connect with each and every one of you and help lift each and every one of you up as well along this journey that I've been taking through my art, through my music, my song, with my voice, right? And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, share your thoughts, put a heart in the comments below, share your story in the comments below, because this is the day, May 22nd, where Virgos have light bulbs shining through, and we are seizing the day together. And I just have goosebumps. I'm almost speechless, but not quite. I'm almost there. Now, during this time as well, to top all of that excitement off, we also, oh my goodness, thank you. We also happen to have Venus trine with Mars. Now, Venus is in Aries, Mars is in Leo. So again, we've got all of this fire surrounding us, and it brings a surge of emotional intensity as well as passion when it comes to your personal life. And so for those that are looking at relationships, looking for a significant other, looking at connecting at deeper levels with your current love, with your current spouse, this is the time with this trine where it encourages us to really dive deep and explore our connections, opens us up to be vulnerable and let go of what was holding us back, those inhibitions that have really closed us off. This is where not only are you standing with the Temperance, embracing that Sagittarian fire as well, but you're walking towards a new beginning with the 14 when it comes to your relationships. It looks at the foundations, the structure of the relationships that you hold dear, as well as it offers that new beginning that leads again towards unexpected energy, unexpected change. Now, it could also involve a reconciliation. What I see most in this, though, is you're coming together in your relationships, maybe even somebody new, through your vulnerability, through your healing, through your creativity, and through your art. But it's a fusion of harmony that's really being brought to the surface, especially when it comes as well to your connection with the divine, with the crown. And again, this is where you are standing as the high priestess. I mean, this is gorgeous. There's 2 G sharps as well. Fire, and then also the moon, that shadow. It's embracing that duality, the polarity in your partnerships, the balance. But it brings what was once disconnected back in line to universal order through reflection, but more importantly, through a reignition? I don't know. Reigniting, there we go, the vitality that you have in the passion that you bring with your passion in your relationships. It encourages us to really embrace that softer side, especially with the high priestess. This looks at really that connection that is subconscious or even in the unconscious, utilizing your intuition, your psychic energy, but also your discernment and your perceptivity. And this is really connecting those aspects, being more vulnerable, being more open, letting go of those inhibitions and embracing that softer side, and opening yourself up to more authentic expressions, especially when it comes to love and desire. And like I say, that desire not only encompasses relationships in your personal life, but also in your career life as well, in your business side, your business partnerships, I guess is what I'm getting most, especially when it comes to the King of Swords. So this is where you're able to really come to the table, embrace that Gemini Sun energy in how you network, the connections, your social side, right? Especially with hermits, with us being hermits, I should say, as Virgos. This breaks us out of that shell. But most importantly, it helps us stand up and take charge with that action of the swords in claiming what's ours, claiming our justice, particularly with our professional aspects, our professional relationships, who we work with, who we choose to work with, seeing what their motives are, just in case we've been choosing the wrong partners or having people get one over on us, having people take from us. This is really uncovering that light, embracing that focus, embracing the duality as well, particularly when it comes to utilizing your intuition and walking towards new beginnings. But again, it leads to commercial success. And I will say as well, side tangent, but with this trine between Venus and Mars, you may also find that you have a hidden admirer coming to the table as well. And it comes with that solar sun, right? That energy, that light, that strength, but also that solar plexus as well. This is where it's like you're really looking at whatever in past relationships hurts that have really led you to be closed down or closed off. This is about knowing that you can come to the table, and with this hidden aspect, with this hidden admirer potentially, or in your relationships, instead of being closed off, you can come to the table knowing that you indeed are enough. And you can also be a playful child within that playground, in the loving universe that surrounds us, in the loving world that you create for yourself each and every day in your life and in your discernment and in your choices. But it's all about taking inspired action and being vulnerable, embracing yourself and opening yourself up rather, to being more authentic within your love life, within your career choices, within your desires, but also within your personal growth and your connection with the divine, and taking that center stage with power and fame at your feet, at your door, on this beautiful day. And like I say, if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, like, share, subscribe, share your thoughts on the matter here, as well as what you're coming into contact with, what light bulbs are lighting for you on this beautiful day, because it is a powerful day that brings a lot of change, and it's change that's meant for you. It's change that will affect your career, it's change that will affect your relationships, but it uncovers that deeper meaning and connects us to our purpose in life. And this is the day where Virgos are seizing it, shouting from the mountaintops that we indeed are ready to receive all that is truly meant for us, that was written with the divine at the time of our birth. I love it. Now, before we go here as well, I just want to get some additional guidance from our ancestors, our animal spirits. And so, Spirit, what additional guidance do you have for us on this day, especially where there's huge challenges and, more importantly, huge opportunity? So right away, what I see here is I'm talking to some indigo star seeds. This is where Spirit wants you to know, wants to remind you to take charge and know from head to toe in your faith, in your spirit, that you are indeed meant to be a mystic with the polar bear. This is knowing that challenges make you stronger. This is the time to have faith, especially when you face adversity. There's also time to take when you need to rest. There's time that's needed when you need to dream and renew your strength. But most importantly, this is the time to no longer dim and question your intuition, but instead embrace your psychic abilities that you were truly born with. You carry the shaman within you. And like I say, in a lot of ways with who I'm talking to, this is somebody who was born to be a shaman, but was told that you were not, was told that you needed to hide that, I guess is what I'm getting most out of this. This is the time to step into that power, to step into that purpose, that peace that you were meant to be, that identity, that purpose that really you were meant to carry and you were meant to share with the world. Now, I also want to look at our major arcana here for today, because it is just, like I say, an incredible day. And this is gorgeous. I mean, both of them, music medicine wise, are G sharps. And so try playing around with that chord progression with G sharp. What I also see is this is all about connecting with your crown chakra as well as your third eye. And so it's connecting with the divine. It's taking that light, that fool's journey, stepping into the fool's journey, into the fool's shoes, and living that more inspired life, but also too knowing that you are connected through your third eye with your intuition. This is about trusting what you see, both in the physical and within your inner eye, and walking forward with confidence, walking forward and allowing yourself to dream as big as the universe, because you hold the universe within each and every one of you. And then color therapy wise, I mean, this is all about royalty. It's amazing. And we've got, purples here. We've got indigos. Again, I think I'm talking to some very, very powerful star seeds, where this was written in your purpose. This was written in your life path. This is the day where you are seizing it. That light bulb shines on you. You're honoring the journey in every bit that has helped you uncover how to shine your light, how to confront and also heal the demons that were meant to destroy you, the negativity that was meant to dim your light. And also too, not only do we have the indigo, but we also have, I don't know what to call this color. I mean, we've got purples, we've got indigo, and then we also have what I would call like this, maybe this is indigo and this is violet? I'll go with that. Purple, violets, and indigos is what really comes to mind here. But this is all about royalty. You were born to share your gifts, to share and stand in the world, walk through the world as a shaman. And this is the day where Virgos are not only tapping in, you're honoring the journey, you're seeing those light bulbs every step of the way, and you're seizing your journey, your purpose in life, and walking confidently forward. And so I truly hope that this reading helps. By all means, if it did and if it resonates, like, share, subscribe. It truly helps the channel and helps support the channel, and each and every one of you make the difference. I am sending all of my love and light to you. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading.